So hey there guys, I've just watched episode 3 of ReZero that was called the same as the anime is called. I mean, that's not important. That was an amazing episode. The reaction is in the description. Go watch it and go back here if you want to listen to the discussion. And the discussion starts right now. Ooh, it's not gonna be a long discussion because there was basically a huge ass fight, and unfortunately, it was dark in there. And unfortunately, I have issue with darkness in this exact place. You know, I have a big TV, super crazy, amazing 4K, 10K thing, amazing TV, right? And it gives an incredible colors, and blacks are great and stuff. But this monitor is just a normal monitor, and unfortunately my PC sees it like there's some issue with black. It cannot give the full black type. So there I see all the details. Here I see a lot. I don't see a lot in the darkness. And plus, I have not one, not two, but three lights in front of me. So it also kind of makes it more difficult. And plus, I read the subtitles, so it's impossible for me to see. And this episode was like looking at the darkness and someone's moving there. But I kinda saw stuff, and thankfully I'm gonna rewatch it again while I'm gonna edit it. And we're gonna rewatch it now with the discussion. But the discussion is not gonna be a long one because I mean, how how can I how can I discuss a fight? We have to discuss few little moments though. In the beginning, when they were speaking, first of all, so her name is fuck. What's her name? She said her name. What's her name? Emilia. So her name is not Satella, or what? I am certain. Satella, right? She's not Satella, she's Emilia. And Satella is the jealous witch. But there's one interesting detail. We all now know that she, for some reason, called herself like that. And I don't know why exactly she did that. Um, but here was an interesting moment. So, first of all, she said that this is super important for her, the badge. And then they started asking her, so why they decided that she's an elf? It's just another magic user. I wouldn't back down. But she's one. But this one's trouble. So we. So he saw. Old man Rom saw Emilia casting the magical green. I don't know. Maybe they're supposed to be blue, but they're here. They're green. Green spears, ice, like emerald looking spears, and quite a lot of them. So, I mean, it's not like throwing snowballs at people one by one. It's like, a whole lot of dangerous objects. And Rome, by looking at her, said, "This is not an ordinary magic user. Are you an elf girl?" And she is half elf. And I suppose elves are not something like basic in this world, like in other worlds. Like, oh, you're an orc, oh, you're an elf, or you're a gnome. No, elves here is something higher than that, something more valuable, something more powerful, some entities, you know. I haven't seen the real elves. By the looks of Rome, I suppose they don't look very different from humans. because well, he asked, "Are you an elf?" Looking at the human. So the only thing that gives her away is beautiful ears. Guts from Berserk has the same exact ears. I don't know. When I was reading it, I didn't notice it, but then I told my friend to read it, and he read it, and he said like, "What's up with his ears?" And I'm like, "Oh, I don't know, normal ears." Yeah, but then I understood that yeah, this is like a normal. Like, here's normal. They're probably super red, but not like this. And so yeah, so elves are super strong in terms of magic, as far as I understand. And he asked her, "Are you an elf, Erfujaro?" And she's like, "Erfujanai, tadashika wa chigao." So not exactly. She's an half elf. I'm only half elf. And then a half elf Feld says a half elf and with silver hair. Wait, are you? And she's scared. It's an accidental resembles. Really, it's horizontal. So I had a feeling, and I still have a feeling that they were referring to the jealous witch, to Satella. So there is a witch in this world that is also strong as magic user, because she's a witch, and she has white hair, and she is half elf. And maybe her, our girl, what's her name? Emilia. Fuck, I hate when characters have like few names. I learn one, but then it's difficult. Amy, let me. Um, what was I saying? I was saying something. Oh, I suppose she, Emilia, had this moment quite a few times. Because remember, when she and Subaru were together, I mean, maybe she actually tested him in the first life when she called herself Satella and then revealed that she's a half elf. Like 1 plus 2 means reaction that Feld gave, but Subaru didn't give this reaction in the end, and so that was surprising. Um, Emilia reacted like this, like she was surprised, she was happy, and Puck appeared and like, "Ooh, I'm so emotional." So maybe this was basically the first time in her life when someone hearing these two pieces of information about her didn't start screaming and running like, "Oh no, you're a witch, you're a witch." Maybe she's getting this a lot in her life. This resembles of her, uh, giving her a lot of issues. I feel like, but she said no. Yeah, I'm not, and this is good to know. And then they speak like, "Are you working together? Are you not working together?" I mean, this anime has a lot of dialogue that's going very fast, and it has a lot of little like smart dialogues here and there, and little details like reactions of characters. Subaru mentioning he's died or been through that like casually, not like in your face. It's difficult to see all that, but I'm trying many times. Yeah, her nature never changes no matter how many times I start. And yeah. So he notices that she has the flower thing that a little tiny girl of Appaman. I wonder what's his name. No. That little girl gave her, and it turns out that in the first life, Emilia and Subaru they did that. They saved the little kid. But in this life, it was her and some other man and some other broken man, as not broken, but I mean, poor men, poor broke man. As the Appa guy said, like just some dude helped my little girl. So as I've said in the previous discussions, some events still happen, but they can be tweaked. So it's not like it has to happen no matter what. It may happen, may not happen, may change a bit. So this world is partially predictable, I'd say. And this makes it even more interesting because it's fresh. It's a fresh concept because time travel mostly does the basic thing like, oh, this is happening, this is happening. You can try to change something, but other stuff still gonna be happening around. And here, a lot of things happen around the same, but at the same time, something's changing. So it's interesting. I know why I spent so many time on this little thing. Um, so Subaru says like, I'm not gonna let everyone to die again. You know, this little word in the whole phrase means a lot, and this little detail. And thankfully, I mean, not thankfully, and god damn it, Elsa appears trying to kill Emilia. But Subaru notices her, screams, protect my girl, and Puck appears and protects his girl. And as I've said in the episode, I mean, Emilia, not Emilia, what's her name? Elsa, she's a very, very maniacal and crazy and like absolutely evil person. She killed all of them quite a few times already. But her character, her appearance, her voices, the way she speaks, the way she's super strong, I mean, she has a lot of charismatic energy in her. And I mean, I hate her in terms of that she's killing people, but I mean, I'm just fascinated by this woman. At first, I was like, but now I'm actually fascinated by her. I mean, she escaped, she survived, so suppose she will make an appearance here and there. What was her mission, though? Just to get this badge? Or kill Emilia? Because she was actually trying to kill her, specifically her. In the end, her last uh, move was just to kill Emilia. And so, yeah, Puck appears, creates magic, and actually, you know what I would say? I was not impressed by Puck. Because the way bullies reacted at him in the first episode, they were like, oh, no, 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 this is a spirit or something. Oh, we have to run away, some super scare thing. I don't know, maybe he has more power and was not using it, but here he was just throwing magic at Elsa and she was jumping and evading easily. I mean, she was not able to attack, but she was easily protecting herself. And Puck in the end just ran out of mana. Only them working together with Emilia gave some result. And still, Elsa still like sacrificed her leg. Not completely, but just some of her leg still evade. I mean, this woman is no joke. Yeah, poor. I even said that she's poor girl, is bleeding. If she was not this bloodthirsty and like, oh, guts, blood and guts, I love this so much, um, I could have thought that she may be, um, what should I call it? Like, I mean, in Attack on Titan, you know, we have a conflict and few sides of this conflict. And who's bad, who's good? Not sure. It depends on which side you are, and this maybe this is something similar. If Elsa was not this maniacal, I would think that she's probably a good character as well, just for some other people. But she's at least here. She's just bloodthirsty murderer. So I don't think that they're the other side of a conflict. I mean, the people who she serves, I'm pretty sure she serves someone. They're good guys. I don't think so. They're probably like super evil, and Emperor Palpatine is there or something. So Puck fought until he lost all his mana and he disappeared. Elsa made an awesome boot, and our guys, Rom, Felt, and Subaru, that were all three sitting in a corner, just thought that we can actually also fight and help them fight. I mean, that was probably a much better idea to fight simultaneously, but maybe they were scared of magic. And Rom starts fighting Elsa and instantly loses. She cuts his neck in the back, but thankfully not lethal. Subaru, and there was interesting moment, by the way, when Subaru was almost giving up and was prepared to die again, to redo stuff again. And I was actually thinking that this is probably gonna happen because Rome is dead, Puck is no more. How they're gonna fight? How they're gonna deal with this woman? But then he found courage and he protected little tiny girl, and she said that she is 15 years old. Excuse me, 15? 15? No, she's 12. She's 10, maybe even less. Not 15, or I don't know, or it's just magic. And Subaru is 18. I mean, good for him. So he protected her, and he didn't want to die. And this is so understandable because he's not just dying; he's dying from like physical wounds, being sliced and bleed out. And he's not dying fast, like shotgun to the face. No, he's bleeding out slowly, and of course it's painful. It's mentally difficult. It's scary as shit. Because I mean, even if he reborn few times, doesn't mean that he will continue reborning. Right? There's no guarantee. We don't know how that works, and him having this doubt, like I have to do that, but I don't want to do that because it's actually dying people. It's not feeling good. Um, and he saves Feld, says to her like, "You girl, run away." And then he starts fighting with Elsa, and he's doing so good. I mean, I don't know. There was some mention in the previous episode. Subaru told to one of the bullies that he was using the wooden sword at some point in his real life. I kind of forgot what was that, but so I suppose he have some actual fight training in the normal world, and it works. He's super good. I don't know. He has a lot of potential to be a good fighter. He protects against her. He attacks her with a huge club that weighs probably like half of his body weighs the same. And the move when he used some wooden piece of furniture to protect Felt from the knife or something. That was so good. I mean, that was a Jackie Chan move, people. I know my Jackie Chan. I watched like almost all of the films, even the older ones, even the most stupid ones. I love my man. He's great. And this type of furniture choreography fights, it's his thing. I still remember him fighting with leather, leather. Yeah, leather. That was a brilliant fight. Poor man broke so many bones in his body during his career. So yeah, and Subaru is great. He probably also watched Jackie Chan's movies, but one thing is watch his movies, and the other thing is actually perform the same things. So he stood his own. Emilia was very impressed by that, and actually, it's good that this exact destiny moved on. I mean, the fact that Subaru didn't die means that they're like moving on. I don't know how far will they go before he dies again, but at least this is not a bad continuation for them because they all met, they all survived, they all know each other, they all fought together, and they all win, they all sacrificed something. And they kind of became friends in this situation. Not complete friends, but someone who have this situation in common, which makes all of them closer. And this is good. And Emilia feels good, and everyone feels good. And then Mr. Badass appears. In the previous episode, I told you that it doesn't look. I mean, I said that he is supposed to be badass, yes, but he doesn't look like one. But in this episode, okay, yeah, he is badass. Even though his red hair and cute look makes it a bit, but still, he's super badass. He broke the floor when he stepped on it. And wow. I'm gonna fight you without using my legendary sword, cause people are around, you know. And by the way, you're nothing. You're not supposed to see that. It's for dragons. The guy is exceptionally strong. And yes, and as I've said in the previous episode, I'm proud of myself. So first of all, they know each other. Him and Emilia. He even called her Emilia Sama. So they are all. It's not like they know each other. She is someone important. He serves to her somehow because she's Sama, which means she's U, right? And he's her protector or someone or servant, and she's a respected woman. And in the end, he still went to check this district, old man's district. And thankfully, Feld found him and told him about the situation. And he appeared. I mean, he actually appeared in time, but it would have been better if he appeared earlier. Although we would not see the fight then. So they say nice words to each other, like, "Oh, you're so good, you're so good," and he's like, "No, I'm not." Emily heals Rome, which is also great. Good that this world have um, magic, healing magic, and he has something similar on his uniform. He has similar to the symbol that was stolen. So I suppose I'm not sure yet what is that. And what's even more important, why was his reaction like such reaction on her stealing that. It's not like was, oh, you stole that, this is so bad, this is so bad. He actually asked her, what's your name, what's your age? Why? Why? That's an that's an interesting question. So they decide to fight, and he takes the just basic blade, and he's great even with this basic blade. Like when with one move, he disarms her. Elsa disarms. He disarms Elsa with one move. So the guy is super badass, super badass. You know, Elsa was badass, but he's like on another level, like few levels higher. Something with my nose. It's itching. And then she tried to attack him with another knife, and that was nice. Subaru screamed like, "Be careful! There's another knife!" And he's like, "Woo, thank you." And she's like, "I'm surprised you knew." And he says like, "Yeah, I actually experienced it personally, because that was the same thing. He jumped out of he evaded the first slice of her, but she gave another like super fast. That was basically the first time he died. The second time he died. Jesus, he died so many times already. Third episode, but he didn't die in this one. In the end, even though he was wounded really badly, but they healed him, which is great. If I lose my fangs, I use my claws. And there was also an interesting moment. All the men in the atmosphere would turn away from me. Uh-huh. Ah. So, so Emilia is using magic to heal Rome. And Reinhardt is fighting with Elsa without using his superpowers. And Emilia says that he cannot use them, because if he's gonna use his super duper holy sword, that means that he's gonna take all the mana from surroundings, and she will not be able to heal the man. So this is the power. And when he actually use it, probably everyone's gonna evaporate around. Oh, and Emilia as well said that she had some superpower that can kill everyone surrounding her. Previously, she said that. So he Reinhardt was not using the power because so Emilia can heal. But after she healed Rome, he gave a super buff to his blade. Poor little blade though, MVP of the match. He it gave its life for our victory, and he's like, boom! Everything explodes. Thank God people didn't die around. But then again, Elsa survives. I mean, this woman is no joke. She is serious business. If there's no Reinhardt around, she is the boss. She is the boss. And even with him around, she was still able to fight him for quite a long time after fighting every single character before. And yes, the explosion happens. They like stupidly stand there and like, oh, okay, okay. So I suppose there's no more of this crazy woman that's like, it was naive. It was naive to think that it's all over now. And I mean, it's okay if some one person says that, but like everyone was like, "Oh, okay, okay, she's dead." And Subaru was like, "Oh, it's good. I didn't die. I didn't die." And boom, she appears and wanna kill. But Elsa appeared and wanted to kill Emilia this time. And Subaru, fast, super fast man, protect his girl again. And I like this picture because Elsa, she always was with this like hair, all like, but now she's like pure clean, like out of bed type of, like out of shower. And I actually like her more with this look. Even don't judge me for liking an evil girl, but I just like her. And her reaction was like, so she wanted to at least kill Emilia in the end. And Subaru kind of protected her, but in fact not. She sliced through him. The protection was in just him basically pushing Emilia away. And how fast was he? I don't know what's up with this boy. Maybe this is his hidden detail, but he actually has a lot of power. He's fast thinking, he's agile, he's strong. He got this huge club with one hand, people. I'm not a weak person, but I mean, if I will take 15 kilogram dumbbell that I have there, I'm not gonna be able to have it like this. It's impossible. And Subaru, but Subaru is fast, and I don't know. Maybe he actually has some powers he doesn't know yet about him. And so Elsa, soon enough, I'll disembowel everyone here. I have no doubts about that, my girl. Take care of your bowels, yeah. So he goes away. So this is kind of nice. I mean, she's still dangerous, but at least we're gonna see her, and I'm not against it. And finally, Subaru starts goofing. Okay, 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 and immediately like, okay, 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 perché? Hmm. I mean, she is cute. The interaction was super cute, and he says like, okay, I protected you, and now you have to do something that I will ask because I earn it. And she's like, oh, all right. She was probably thinking about him like raping her. Yes, my request is, and Jesus, that was probably the best moment of all of the whole anime. Oro nenegai wa. Ooh, this is so long phrase. Kimi no namae wa oshiketo shi hoshi. And she instantly tells the name and starts laughing. I mean, I love Subaru as well. It's just he's like this, him switching his serious and goofy sides. Kono no kono nawae wa namae wa. That was a pretty difficult phrase, to be honest. I know an easier phrase. I suppose I used it in the episode. And they're like, "Yep, feeling good." And then Reinhardt says like, "Oh, I'm surprised you were able to protect her." And Subaru's like, "Yeah, yeah, the club was great. If not club, I would die." And Reinhardt takes the club, and there's like half of club is no more. And Subaru realizes that he was like joking and jumping around and flirting with girls with deep voice. It was actually an open gut, and it's like blood flies out of him, and he falls down. And thankfully, he did not die. Thankfully, because that would have been so sad if he died in the end. So they healed everyone, healed Subaru, and Emilia wanted to take him back at her place. Is she living in the castle that I was seeing in the previous episode? Because by the way how uh, Reinhardt speaks with her, like Emilia Sama, means she's important, and she's like super legendary knight, and knight is something that's like near royalty, so maybe she is royal. In fields here near the old man realm, I'll return what I stole. And as far as I understood, she took it from the eh, where her boobs are, like little kid boobs. Even here, they decided to use that. It feels funny. And here's the reaction, Reinhardt. Let me rewatch it. He sees the badge, the rune thing. He's super surprised. Grabs her instantly. All tensed. How can this be? What can. What is your name? It's filled. And your family name? How old are you? I'm about 15. Lady Emil, I'm afraid I cannot keep. What was his reaction? Why he was speaking? He's searching for someone. He thought that she might be someone. I mean, this is not a kind of cliche thing to have like a poor kid living alone and actually having a history of being someone important, right? So maybe she is someone. Why? What was the reaction? He looked at her. How can this be? How what can be? He looks at the rune. Hmm. He looks at the rune, and maybe that's because, maybe there's a red thing glowing in here. I don't remember how it looked before. I gonna check the. Let me check the. Oh, let me check the some previous episodes. Where can I see that rune thing again? You know what? I just realized. No matter if I find the video of her having the thing or not, because if it shines in her hand because she's somewhat special, that thing was always in her hand in all other instances. So I suppose there's no even need to try to check it. So I don't know if it shines or not, but he noticed something weird about it. He asked like, how can this be, looking at the thing? He was not surprised by the fact she has it. He was surprised by something in it. And I bet it may be connected to the red light in the middle. Maybe it changes color or not. I mean, I haven't seen how this thing looks without her touching it. Because this is a very interesting turn. Give it to Emilia, give it to Emilia, and let me see it. No, it still shines. It still shines in Emilia's hand. But it actually shines. I saw that. So I don't know. It shines. Damn it. Can you give it to like someone like to Subaru or something? What was about it? But that was interesting. So the little girl felt is probably someone important, right? Maybe not, but maybe yes. And this is the end. Episode ends. Today may be the last. Oh, and yeah, she says some weird stuff. Today may be the last chance we have to gaze calmly at the moon. Why? Wakaranai. Why? Why calmly? Is something bad's gonna happen? Is Felt a bad girl? Or like supposed to be a bad girl? I don't know, people, but this is interesting. And I like the fact that this anime gives, as I've said in the end of the reaction, it gives a lot of different things at you. It drops like and story wise and character wise, and it mixes that, changes everything. It's interesting. Whoa, oh, that's an interesting detail as well. We can see the Japanese writing here, right? And of course, for me, it's absolutely not understandable. But if you look here at this part, this looks like some samurai-looking dude, like old samurai, like looking dude in the shadow or something, standing here. Like he has like Raiden cap and clock or something. So yeah, just interesting. In front of a building, I got my imagination going because this hieroglyphs for our people. Oh, and this one, I can write this one. I actually wrote, I actually wrote this one at during one of the Attack on Titan videos. So that's my symbol. Yeah, super good. I'm super good at writing Japanese with only one symbol though. And here you go. Here's your discussion, and it's like more than 40 minutes. And of course, how I said nothing. No, actually, there was a lot of details in this fight. All right, so there was a lot to discuss. Yeah, but that's enough. Thank you guys for watching. That was a great and amazing episode. I really, really liked it. Um, I know. So this video is probably gonna be uploaded. I mean, made available. What's the day called? Saturday for most of the countries. For me, it's also gonna be Saturday. But I'm not sure. It's either Saturday or Sunday, and Attack on Titan gonna be released. So when the Attack on Titan gonna be released, there's not gonna be an episode of ReZero because I'm gonna watch Attack on Titan instead of ReZero. So just be advised that we're gonna miss one episode, but we're gonna get one episode of Attack on Titan. So it's kind of good, right? Yeah, and after that day, we'll continue because I want to see more. What's up with Feld? What's up with the thingamajig? I want to see more Elsa. I want to heal her heal. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next episode. Bye bye.